Hey, you. Yeah, you. The hardworking individual relentlessly pursuing success, even though it feels like a hamster wheel. Tired of running around in circles? Today's your lucky day. Stick around as we reveal 5 middle-class money habits that might be the very chains holding you in the rat race. First and foremost, what's a rat race? Have you ever had to consistently work long hours, barely managing your bills, and feeling stuck in the mechanical cycle of routines? That right there is the rat race. Many middle-class people find themselves in this cycle, where life is stable but not exactly luxurious. They're not struggling, but they're not thriving either. To escape the rat race, you need to aim higher, towards greater financial success and wealth. But it's not easy. Without a plan, you might end up spending on things that don't add value to your life, or getting into debt. Do you fall into this category too? Now let's stir the pot a bit. Have you ever questioned why you're working so hard? Have you ever stopped to ask, what are those sneaky habits that are keeping you poor? These are not rhetorical questions. We genuinely want you to think about it. But if you can't, we'll help you get the answers by laying hands on those middle-class habits holding you back from the life you truly desire. Habit 1. The sacrifice today for tomorrow mentality. Have you been saving every cent, eating ramen noodles for dinner, postponing that dream vacation for years? Well, you might be guilty of this habit, sacrificing today for tomorrow. You don't need to beat yourself up about it. It's not your fault, at least not solely. We were all schooled, or rather fooled, to squirrel away every penny, work ourselves to the bone, put off enjoying life until some undefined point in our foggy future. However, there's more to life than just grinding endlessly. So why not savor the present while building for the future? You don't have to wait until life throws you a curveball before you realize that all those moments you could have cherished are gone. If you still need some convincing, according to a survey by Bankrate, only 39% of Americans could cover a $1,000 emergency expense from their savings. Yep, those pennies you sweat to earn and to save won't save you from emergencies. That's a stark reminder that life is unpredictable, and delaying happiness for a mythical someday isn't always the wisest choice. So what's the solution, you might wonder? It's simple. Just strike a balance between enjoying today and securing your tomorrow. Indulge in life's pleasures without jeopardizing your financial future. That's how you'll earn your long-desired financial independence. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. However, if you're enjoying this deep dive and haven't subscribed, would you do us a solid and hit that button? Cheers. Habit 2. The illusion of job security. Once you have a healthy job with a reliable paycheck, there's a sense of security that comes with it, especially if you work for the government. Maybe this could have held true some decades ago, however, the tides have changed. Job security isn't entirely a bad thing, but if you aren't careful, it just might be your golden ticket to middle-class comfort. Job security is becoming about as elusive as a unicorn at a coffee shop, and with the rise of modern technology, over 50% of jobs are at risk of automation within the next decade. Yeah, you heard that correctly. More than half of today's jobs could be replaced by robots, algorithms, and automation. So that secure job you're clinging to might not be as secure as you think. I'm not saying you shouldn't love your job. I'm only saying you should love yourself more. Wondering how to break out of this middle-class money habit? Don't sweat it. We've done the thinking for you. What you'll need to do is to consider increasing your stream of income. It doesn't have to be anything over the top. Just embrace new skills and explore some side hustles that can help you take in some extra bucks. And don't just nod along. Start thinking of ways to diversify your income today. Habit 3. The comparison trap. They say karma is a bitch, but insecurity is a bigger bitch. and societal pressure only makes the voice of insecurities louder in the minds of many. But who do you think suffers the most from this? The middle class. The highs are high and the lows are low, but the middle class are neither here nor there, and the advent of social media only intensifies the pressure to perform. Everyone is constantly striving to have a picture-perfect life thanks to media influencers. Exotic vacations, gourmet meals, smiling faces. We just keep feeding on the never-ending reels of someone else's existence, forgetting that most of it is meticulously curated, heavily filtered, and often far from reality. If you don't shake off the pressure to keep up with the Kardashians, you'll soon start living a lie. You'll end up blowing cash on stuff you don't really need and leaning on loans to keep that flashy but totally unsustainable lifestyle, jeopardizing your personal finance and making financial independence a mere mirage. I mean, seriously, how do many of us in the middle class still fall into the trap of splurging on the latest gadgets, designer threads, and dining out in a restaurant with a bill worth our monthly paycheck? And let's not even get started on the credit card and loan game. They become like crutches, sponsoring our unhealthy lifestyle. Before you know it, that high-interest debt is knocking at your door, and it's not a fun visitor, trust me. If you're on this table, rather than scrolling 3 kilometers of Instagram or TikTok daily, spend your online binge time on more productive stuff, like videos to guide you to financial freedom. You can subscribe to our channel, so you'll get updates every time a new video is put up, as we'll be committed to helping you through your financial journey. The next step is to stop comparing yourself with others. Instead, celebrate your little wins and be thankful for the growth you have recorded in your personal finance journey. Habit 4. The fear of taking risks. Now, let's talk about the fear factor. You know the one I'm talking about. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of stepping outside your comfort zone. You are confined to a world of what-ifs and maybes. Most successful individuals in history didn't get to the top by playing it safe. They took risks, some big, some small, but they took them nonetheless. It might be terrifying at first, but the thrill is unforgettable. Warren Buffett once said, "Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing." It's a profound statement. Calculated risks are about making informed decisions, not reckless leaps. So why let the fear of the unknown hold you back from your dreams? This middle-class money habit is also one of the reasons why many stash their cash in good old bank accounts or those low-risk savings deals. Makes sense, right? Safety first. Unfortunately, those kinds of investments don't exactly kick back big returns. Sometimes they don't even keep up with the rising prices of stuff, thanks to inflation. So you need to start taking risks. While we understand the gnawing fear of going all in and not having a safety net if things go south, you also need to understand that investing is like opening a door to serious wealth building. Think about it. What's the worst that could happen if you step out of your comfort zone? What if you dared to pursue that business idea, change careers, or invest in something outside your usual scope? Remember, with calculated risks, the potential rewards far outweigh the fear. Habit 5. The perfectionist's paralysis. Now don't get me wrong, striving for excellence is commendable. But when you chase perfection in every nook and cranny of your life, it can be detrimental because no matter how hard you try, you'll always be one step behind. Perfectionism can be sneaky. It's that little voice that tells you not to start a project unless you have all the answers, or not to share your work until it's absolutely flawless. So while you're trying to get rid of these horrible middle-class money habits and pulling out of the rat race, that little voice might tell you not to take a step to diversify your income until you have it covered, or would tell you to never invest again because you made a loss the first time. But don't let it have the last word. The famous author 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗨𝗧 once said, "You can edit a bad page, but you can't edit a blank page. Perfectionism often leaves you with nothing but blank pages and missed opportunities. It's like trying to cook the perfect omelet, but never cracking an egg because you're scared it won't be flawless. Perfectionism can be an enemy to progress in your journey towards financial freedom. So if you've ever put off a project because you wanted it to be flawless from the get-go, or hesitated to pursue a new hobby because you were afraid you wouldn't be instantly great at it, you're in the perfectionist club, and it's time to quit. Just give yourself a break, breathe, grow, and thrive. How to escape the rat race? First things first, it's all about rewiring your brain. Get clued in on how money works and start making moves that build wealth. According to Upton Sinclair, an American writer and political activist, it is difficult to get a man to understand something when his salary depends on his not understanding it. Think owning a slice of a business, not just trading time for bucks. Once you've got a grasp on this money game, focus on making your cash flow in, even when you're catching some sleep. You want your passive income to outshine your day-to-day costs. That's when you're not chained to a job for survival anymore. But you can never get here if you don't get rid of those middle-class money habits. If you want to gain financial independence, you must first escape the rat race. There you have it, the 5 middle-class money habits that might have been keeping you in the rat race. If you found value in this eye-opening journey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. By joining our community, you'll stay updated on more tips, strategies, and insights to supercharge your journey toward financial freedom. So here's our challenge to you. Which of these habits resonates with you the most? What's one small step you can take today to break it? Share with us in the comments below.